Hello everyone, what's up? Prince15 here with another video review. Today I'm reviewing LEGO Star Wars set number 75147, the StarScavenger from LEGO Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures, which is getting a second season airing this summer on Disney XD. I am very excited. So, before we look at the set, let's take a quick look at the box. So, here we have the box. It's from last summer, so it says LEGO Star Wars, and you got Kylo Ren peeking out behind the StarScavenger here. Here's the set in total. Disney! It's ages 8 to 14. Of course, that's just a suggestion. They have to put that on there. 75147. It's the StarScavenger. It's 558 pieces. It's a building toy in several different languages. There are the characters. And then flipping it onto the backside, here we have, you can do app things. Here's what the set can do in a kind of hologram schematic thing. More stuff the set can do. There's the plug for the website. And that's pretty much it for the box. So, LEGO Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures. The first season aired last summer on Disney XD. I quickly fell in love with it. It's a fantastic show. It's a nice little comedic LEGO show, kind of in the same vein as Ninjago, but it's LEGO Star Wars, so even better. So I really enjoyed it. It follows these three siblings and their butler droid Roger, as they go around doing stuff in the galaxy in their scavenger ship here, operating out of the space station known as the Wheel, which you can see right here that originated in Star Wars Legends. So that's pretty cool that they resurrected it for the show. So really quick, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the minifigures. So first we'll start with Xander Freemaker, superstar pilot guy. His head's a little too crooked for my taste. Let's see if I can fix that. What the heck? This head doesn't want to move either. Okay. Well, if you guys saw my last review, you know that Kanan's head didn't really want to move that much, and this one doesn't either. I don't know what's with it. Maybe there's a lot of humidity in the air or something, so the pieces don't really want to move that well. I mean, I don't know. So, here's Xander. This is the eldest brother of the Freemaker family. He comes with a wrench. No double-sided face, as you can see. That's just blank. That looks kind of creepy. Then we have Cordy, which is the middle child, but acts as the mom of the group since she's an older sister to Rowan, of course, but she kind of has to take charge and make sure that these two follow instructions. She does not have a double-sided face either. None of them actually have double-sided faces, so I'm just not even going to bother with Rowan. I think her design is probably my favorite out of the three of them. I really like her jacket here and the goggles that hang down. I just really like that look, and she comes with a little saw here. And then we have Rowan, obviously the youngest of the Freemaker siblings. He is force sensitive, and he has the ability to sense Kyber Saber crystals, which is the plot point in the show. He has really spiky hair. I don't have one of these pieces yet, so I'm happy to have this spiky hair piece. And then, alternatively, he does come with this. Oh, and oops daisy, I've put those on upside down. Let me fix that. There. So then he has these goggles he can wear, and he comes with a little pair of binoculars. I prefer to keep his spiky hair on, though, so we'll keep his spiky hair on. And then, my favorite character on the show, ROGR, also known as Roger. This is a battle droid left over from the Clone Wars that has been blown up, reassembled, blown up again, reassembled, stabbed a few times, reassembled, poor old veteran of the Clone Wars that likes his 40-weight motor oil, which he can put in this red cup right here. Brilliantly voiced by Matthew Wood on the show. He is just non-stop hilarity. Almost every line that comes out of his vocabulator is funny, and it's really just a joy to see. One complaint I have about Roger is that on the show he has this little thing on his back, but in the show it has printing of the Freemaker logo, which is that right there. He has that on this piece. This piece does not come with that printing. I am somewhat disappointed by that, but oh well. So that's pretty much it for the minifigures. Let's get into the set itself now. I was really kind of on the fence about buying this. I mean, I love the show, but even though the price point of $50 for the 500 pieces is, you know, is fair. I just really didn't know. I just didn't really. It just with how compact this thing is, it just didn't really look like it was worth the price. But honestly, it is. This is actually I will agree now that this is a $50 set. I ended up getting it on sale for $32, but I think this is worth the full price of $50. Even though at most locations I've seen this at, since it came out last summer, it's been worth $40. So honestly, you go almost anywhere except for I found it for $50 at Barnes and Noble. I haven't checked Toys R Us, but every Walmart and Target I went to, this was always $40 or cheaper. So I'm just going to say right now, if you like the show, or even if you don't, you just want another Lego Star Wars ship, this is great because it's already $10 off at most locations, and it's been that way forever. So it's probably going to be disappearing soon since it's an older set, since it's a year old. But I'd already recommend it. But anyway, let's get into what the set actually does. It's really very interesting because it can do several different things. First of all, it's kind of hard to pull it off. There we go. Literally pull it off. This does separate from here, so this can kind of act as a smaller shuttle, while the big cargo hold here can kind of stay back at their shop while this kind of flies around the galaxy. And that's why you have these studs here on the back, that these serve as extra engines. But most of the time, this sticks together, and the Freemakers fly around being scavengers and salvagers and stuff. And so then here on the front, you do have some 360 cannons here that do come with some of these missiles. And then you do get one or two extra of those just because Lego always gives you extra pieces. Then there's a cockpit here. As you can see, you can fit 2 minifigures in there, whether it be Cordy and Xander, or Xander and Rowan, or Cordy and Rowan, you know, or Roger in there somewhere, whichever combination of characters you want to put in there. And then, of course, you got these wings here, which are kind of the interesting bits. Is that in the show, I don't really ever recall these folding. Oh, Roger, stand back up. I don't ever really recall these folding in that often, if at all. But these are on a hinge, so you can fold them up and then collapse the sides like this. And there went Xander. And I'm going to move them out of the way. There we go. And so they can kind of fold up, and then that's kind of in its parked mode. That's how I have it displayed on my shelf, because that fits better. And then these are all on hinges, so these can go up. And this comes with my one complaint with the set, is that in here, when you lift this up, it is incredibly hollow. I don't like how hollow that is, because in the show, this is the cargo hold section where they keep all their scrap and salvage, and so then that's never. And so then but for set purposes, it's very hollow. I don't really like how hollow that is in set form, but that's a minor complaint. Because, you know, again, like I'm saying, for set purposes, because then this splits open. Again, it's, oh dear, that's the first time that's happened. Oh dear. So again, it is Lego, so that could happen. So you just need to snap those back on. Like such. Not a big deal. And then you've got this small little thing here that can come out. And then it does come with this nice crystal, which I believe is supposed to, is probably representing a Kyber Saber crystal. And then you've just got these, and then you got these pieces, which I guess are just because they've mined it. So this is just the rock residue that came with it. So that goes in there, and then Rowan can fit in here. Not with his binoculars, obviously, but he can fit in there, and then so can Roger. You can manage to fit 2 minifigures in here pretty well, just when they're not holding stuff. So, and then this also can, because I can't really. It's been a while since I've watched the show, but I can't, and they didn't really use this thing too often, except maybe like 1 or 2 occasions. So the instructions do have you doing this at times, so I guess this is a little landing platform feet thing. But then at the same time, when you go to put it inside the StarScavenger itself, you kind of have to take this and make sure it slips under like so, and then it kind of just, and then it can rest there pretty much on its own pretty well. Let me grab Roger out of there. And then you can just fold this back up like so. And then position this however you'd like. And there, that's really pretty much all the StarScavenger can do. I really like this thing. Let's set Roger back up. The other kids. I really like this ship. I kind of went through the whole why I picked it up and everything. Is I found it on sale and the price. I just told that story a minute ago, so I won't go through it again. But yeah, this thing is really cool. I like the design of it in the show. I thought the show is really good, so I thought I'd pick it up. And honestly, I'm not regretting it. This thing is really neat. And honestly, it's also just a very unique looking ship, too. I mean, there isn't quite... I mean, there is the... the way this kind of has... The front of this really does remind me of the Jedi Counselor ship from the Old Republic. But other than that, it really is kind of its own unique thing. I meant to look beforehand, but I didn't. I don't know if this thing has a make and model yet. It's probably some sort of Corellian ship, because most vehicles used in Star Wars are Corellian of sorts. There's the Corellian Corvettes. The Millennium Falcon is a Corellian freighter. So a lot of ships in Star Wars end up being Corellian ships. But so it's probably some sort of Corellian box freighter of sorts. But it's really cool. I think it's really awesome. So if you, like I said earlier, if you just want a unique Star Wars ship or you like the show, then pick it up, because if you go to Walmart or Target, it's already $10 off. So that's a pretty good deal, and I would highly recommend it. This thing is just pretty cool. So, and I'm glad I have it, because the show is pretty awesome. So that's pretty much it for this review. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Remember to follow me on Twitter. That link is in the description below. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.